Hey, how's it going out there today, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great Friday afternoon. I'm in Minnesota getting loaded up right now. I got a load going to Florida. Yes, that's right. I am not taking my normal North Carolina that I've been doing. I agreed to it. We had it all set up, and then I got a call, and they wanted somebody else to take it, basically, off the email blast. This guy had agreed to this load I'm picking up. He called him back. He was he needed to go to North Carolina. He had some family things going on, so I agreed to it. I said, you know, it's no big deal to me. That load put him about 150 miles from where he needed to be versus going to Florida. So, you know, you got to do what you got to do. Got to do what you got to do to help people out sometimes. It is what it is. I'm not too mad at it. This load, given this load is going to Florida, but it is more miles and it pays more per mile. So I'm not hating on it. I just, you know, worry about getting out of Florida this time a year with, well, not this time of year, but with everything that's going on. I don't know. Maybe I can find something coming out of there. But it's not a bad paying load. You know, it's okay. I'm not going to sit here and cry about it too much, but it is what it is. One good thing about it, this load weighs 36,000 pounds, but it doesn't go through the mountains like the North Carolina does. You know, the North Carolina, man, you start hitting those hills down there around, you know, I take US 35 through out of Dayton there down to Virginia or West Virginia, and basically from there until, like, you know, Winston-Salem, it's pretty much mountains the whole way. So maybe I can pick up a little fuel economy on this load. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. From what I'm looking, I'm not seeing any tolls other than, yeah, I think the way I'm going to go down, I don't think I'm going to have any tolls. So that'll save me, like, you know, 30, 40 bucks. Hopefully it all works out for me. We'll just have to wait and see. But to recap, oh yeah, what about fuel prices? Why aren't they going down is my question. I don't know. I don't get it. I feel like with contracts going negative, you know, they ought to be paying us to fill up trucks these days, you know. I whip it into the truck stop. I put 150 gallons on. They give me 50 bucks. We go, you know, I go on my way. I know that ain't how it works, but feels like that's the way it ought to be with fuel prices being negative like they are. But yeah, sorry, I'm looking everywhere. I'm getting distracted. This yard guy over here is just abusing these trailers. He backed under the trailer over here. He was probably a foot off center when he backed into it wide open, just twisted the trailer around and jumped out, hooked a line to it, and took off, just dragging the tandems. He didn't even wait for the air to release, you know. Rough on stuff, some of these places. But anyway, let's do a little weekly recap of what I did this past week. So I ran the load from here, Minnesota, down to North Carolina, headed up to Virginia, grabbed that load that I've been getting. I told the guy that is getting the North Carolina load what I've been doing, and told him, you know, like I can give him that guy's number, but he said he probably wouldn't be ready to pick it up Monday, so he's got to take some days off down there. So I don't know. We'll see. We will see. I was kind of hoping to keep us on that, you know, so we can keep getting them, because it definitely pays better than what the spot market's paying out of there right now. But I don't know. We'll see. If I jump back on the North Carolina or not, I'm not sure if I'll jump back on it next week. Going all the way down to Florida, I may not be back in time for Thursday, Friday load. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see how all this breaks down. I hate getting out of my little routine, because it was a good routine, but, you know, I'm hoping it comes back to me, you know, like doing something good, you know, trying to help somebody. I'm hoping that, you know, typically that works out for me, so that's why I do it. But 3,500 going down, 27 coming back. It's 6,200 on revenue last week. I delivered that yesterday morning, went to the house, spent a day at home, got up this morning, goofed around a little bit, then drove down here. Wasn't very much of a deadhead to get here, so you know, I think it's like 70 miles from where I unload. And so yeah, that's what was going on with that. And let's see, 27 coming back up. Expenses on this, well, let's see. First of all, $6,200 to the carrier, $4,960 to the truck. I spent $973 on diesel, and I'm in pretty good shape right now. So I think I know I had better fuel economy last week. I was probably like up like probably more in the like 7.5 range. So it's getting better. You know, I'm learning the truck. I got the skirts on the trailer now. You know, learning the RPMs the truck operates, you know, fuel economy wise, a little better. Spent $20 on reefer fuel. Yeah, $20 on a week of reefer. You know, like I say, going down, it's like, you know, mid 20s on the temp, and it was pretty much, it was cold that, you know, early part of, or end of last week when I ran that. So used very little reefer fuel. I put $20 in it when I got down, or when I picked up the trailer, and then basically it didn't use anything on the way down. On the way back, honest to God, I think I heard it kick on like 3 times the entire trip. It was like ideal. It was set at do not freeze, and you know, basically it was like, you know, in the 50s the whole ride back. You know, one night I heard it kick on a couple times because it got down, I was in Wisconsin there, and it got down to like 32 or 34, and in that ballpark. I heard it kick on a couple times in the night. But you know, when it's running the heater, you know, it just runs it for like 5 minutes and it cuts it off. And couldn't do any better. I don't know how to do any better than $20 on a week of reefer. $48 on DEF. That's a little much on DEF, but I can't recall where I started at for the week, but I am like pretty much full. I think I'm at like, you know, 92% full on the DEF tank right now. So that worked out good. I spent $24 on scales. I scaled both of those loads. Still learning the gauge on the dash because you know, I'm just scaling these loads. You know, once I get about 10 or 15 of these down, and I know, you know, because like the other day coming back with that load that was weighing like 43,000, that was a heavier run on the way back than it normally is. Normally it's like right at 39 to 40,000. This one was more like 42 to 43. You know, I set it where I normally set it, and I was over on my trailer, so I had to adjust it a little bit. So I'm still learning how to use the gauge in the right way. $69 in tolls going down and coming back for the week, which leaves me, or puts me at $1,134. Excuse me, $1,134 in you know, expenses, on variable expenses for the week. That leaves me $38.26 to do what I got to do with. So not a bad week. Yeah, I hate to get out of that routine because that is a profitable little week right there. But the good part of it is I got to help somebody out. I got a day at the house, a full, like, you know, a full day at the house instead of this, like, you know, getting home at, you know, like 2 in the afternoon and then having to leave out at like, you know, 4 in the morning. So that's not really a day at the house, in my opinion. That's eating dinner and, you know, sleeping at the house. That's nothing else. But yeah, good week. Hated to get off the routine, but I'm gonna make this more profitable. I don't know, I may start jumping these loads before the North Carolina. I think that guy does. I think they got 2 people that do these Floridas, you know, because the guy, it's hard to get back every week. But you know, I don't know. I like the North Carolina because you can make that round trip in a week, you know, and with the connection in Virginia, I was getting out at a decent rate. You know, who knows? The spot market picks up. You know, I may be looking to just run more spot market than this, because these prices are pretty steady. They don't go up when the market spikes. They don't really go down when it bottoms out. You know, it's like these brokers pretty much have this, you know, price every week. So it's good to have it when it's like it is now, but when it's spot market time, you know, I'll probably just jump back on the boards and see what I can pull. But yeah, that's the week. Man, let's hope fuel prices keep going down. I seen pump price in Wisconsin on diesel there at the Poignant North Point or whatever there, and Poignant, Wisconsin, at BP. I used to get fuel there a lot. It's a nice little place to stop. Don't blow up my spot, by the way. No. But anyway, they had diesel for $1.89 a gallon there the other day when I went by. So yeah, good times. It's good times. Everybody keep rolling. Take care of yourself, and you know, be good to one another out there. Later.